Heyo YouTube, it's Beard Blush and Nell here again, and today we're going to do things a little differently than I usually do. I'm going to show you all this set of plastic wrap nails that I did recently. You can see a picture of them right here. They were really fun to do. It was a bit of a challenge, but I recorded the whole process. I normally do my nail tutorials like on a practice hand, but I figured this time, since I was going to be doing my set of nails regardless, I might as well just record it and bring you all along for the ride. So please let me know what you all think about this, if you enjoyed this type of video, or if you just want me to go back to the practice hand, I can do that too. Also, if you enjoy this video, make sure to leave me a like, and if you want to see more like it in the future, hit the subscribe button and the bell next to it. Alright, let's get into the video. So, first things first, I had a set of nails on already. You've probably seen these on the channel already. It's my lava lamp nails. I have done a tutorial for it. I'll leave a link to that right here. Now, I am going to do a video on how to take gel polish off, as well as how to prep your nail for putting gel polish on. But I figured for this video at least, we didn't really need to see all that, so I went ahead and just took that off. And here you can see my nails completely bare. So first up we have a dehydrator. Dehydrator is going to just get all the oils off of your nails. I do recommend wiping them with like alcohol beforehand as well to get any dust off, because if you watch the video about how to prepare your nail, you will see that you need to rough the nail up. Next up, we're going to use a bonder. So the bonder is really just there to help the gel stick. So you're going to have the nail roughed up, and then you're going to have this bonder on there, and that's just together going to work as a team to keep that gel on your nails for as long as possible. And you do not want to put this stuff on too heavily, because it needs to be applied very lightly, if anything. So next up we have a base coat. The base coat is really important because that's kind of like the foundation. So you want to get your base coat as smooth as possible, and always cap the nails. Even with the bonder, make sure to get the very tips of the nails. You can see here I'm trying to get as close to the cuticle as possible with the base coat as well, because like I said, this is the foundation. This is the basis for the rest of the nail. First up, the first nail here, I'm going to do a green base. The way you do plastic wrap nails, you put a base color on, you put plastic wrap on top of that, and you cure it in the light with the plastic wrap still on it. And then you can pull the plastic wrap off. It leaves a design on the nail, and you put another color on top of that kind of shows through. So anyways, this first nail was a disaster, I will tell you right now. I didn't have actual like plastic wrap in my house, so I had taken a Ziploc bag and crinkled the plastic up, and I tried to use that. You can see here that's what I'm using, but it's a disaster. It doesn't work. I highly recommend just going out and getting plastic wrap, because after this first nail, that's exactly what I did. I literally left the house and went and got, with one nail done, mind you, and got plastic wrap, and it just works so much better. I specifically got cling wrap, and I think cling wrap was the best choice, because not only does it, it's thin, so it shapes to your nail easier, but it clings as well, so you want that. Here is that nail done. It looks okay. I ended up having to do it in 2 sections, but I just showed the finished product because it was such a disaster. So here I am taking some just top coat. I'm using no wipe top coat here, but just something clear, some more clear gel, and mixing it with that top color. That way it'll be more see-through and less opaque, and you can see through to that design on the base color. We're just gonna go ahead and put that on here. I ended up doing 2 coats of this blue on this specific nail, but like I said, this first nail was such a disaster. It was kind of different than all the other ones, so I ended up doing 1 coat on all the other ones. This specific one though, where I was still kind of learning how to do the design a little bit. I had watched like Emily Susanna's video where she did this, but it had been a little bit since I seen the video, to be honest, and I didn't go back and watch it. But anyways, so it just took me a little bit of time to get used to it. This nail ended up looking okay. I ended up not like redoing it or anything. It's just compared to all the other ones, it was not quite as polished. Okay, and here's that nail. You can see once it was all said and done, it really was not that bad. But something that you will see me do here is wipe the dispersion layer off of the rest of the nails. And I think that was a big mistake with the first one, that I didn't do that, because it seemed like, I mean, it was also probably the fact that I was using actual cling wrap at this point. But I don't know, between those two things, like wiping the dispersion layer off and using actual cling wrap, it seems like the rest of the nails just worked so much better. But I do think that wiping the dispersion layer off of the base coat did help in the long run, because it was more sticky and less like slimy, I guess, if that makes sense, even though there's gel in there. So, and immediately you can see that this just like, it stuck so much better. And I try and take a little orange stick and just kind of make a little bit more of a design out of it, kind of give it some ridges, because let's be honest, that's kind of the bulk of the design here, so you definitely don't want it to be too flat. But in the process, I did end up getting gel all over my cuticle area, and I ended up needing to like clean that area off once I had cured it and taken the plastic off. And that, you know, I think that's kind of just a learning curve here. Another thing I would recommend is using a smaller piece of plastic. You can see that the plastic is hanging well off of my finger, and that made it a little bit hard because it kind of pulled the plastic off a little bit. But if you just had a tiny little piece of plastic that was the size of your fingernail, yeah, I feel like it would work a lot better. But still, like, as long as you've crinkled the plastic a little bit beforehand, you don't really need to do a whole lot of this kind of like pushing and messing with it, because it's going to turn out regardless. And there you can't really see the design yet. It kind of helps to have the top color on there, but you'll see once I've put this green on there that the design just looks much more natural with the cling wrap than it did with the Ziploc baggie. And I really love this design. Like, it looks so cool. And you could do it with any combination of colors. I just happen to use blue and green because I actually just recently dyed my hair green. So I was trying to kind of match my new hair color, I guess. But you could really do this with any two colors, any colors that you want to do it with. So now that we're done with the second finger and wiping the dispersion layer off again, you can see here what it looks like, and I think it looks so much better than the first one. But once again, I did end up doing a second layer on the first one, so here is the first hand done, and I just alternated between the two, blue first or green first, and it turned out really good. I mean, now I do still have to do the accent nail, but we'll see that in a little bit. Now, to kind of make those ridges on the nail a little less noticeable, what I do here is take some builder gel in a bottle, but you don't have to have it in a bottle, obviously, just some builder gel in general would be fine, but I find it in the bottle, it does help to apply it the way that I'm applying it here. And I'm just using this to kind of smooth out those ridges and give me something to file, because if I were to just maybe even just like put a top coat on what I have now and then file it, I would end up losing a lot of the design of those ridges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some builder gel on, turn my hand upside down just like this, let all that builder gel kind of form a natural arch on the nail, and then we're just going to put it in the light, and then whenever it cures, it's going to have a nice natural arch, and then from there I can file any extra little ridges that might be there and then put another top coat on it, and it's going to be a lot better than it would be. So here you can see I have both hands done now. I just kind of cut out a lot of the like in between because it was just the same design over and over. But I am here going to file down any extra ridges. Like I said, this one finger did have a little bit extra on it, but here you can see both hands done with the builder gel, and I'm going to go ahead now and just put a top coat on them. And I really love this part. I feel like putting a top coat on something is always just so much fun. Even just regular nail polish top coat, it always just brings out the design. And that's whenever you know if you have a good design or not, is once you've put the top coat on, because at any point before then, you really don't know what the design is going to ultimately look like. And now I did a no wipe top coat here, which is a glossy top coat, but you could totally do like a matte top coat or anything else if you wanted to. I really think that this design could go so many different ways and so many different colors. So if you are interested in this design or you think it looks cool, I definitely think you should try it out. And there they are with the top coat on them. Like I said, they are so nice looking. So all we have left to do now is that accent nail. And now I do want to mention that I have a base coat of gel on my accent nail, but you don't really need to do that. I just do it to protect my nail. But from here we're going to put a base coat of hollow taco actually on here. I love this base coat for a regular nail polish. It works really well. And make sure, as always, to cap the nail. And we're just going to apply it to the other nail as well. Alright, so what I'm going to be using here, and I forgot to get a shot of it, but it's called Salem by ILNP, and that's the color that I'm using here. The cat that I had that died recently, his name was Salem, so this nail polish I ordered in kind of memory of him whenever it happened. Here you can see me kind of taking away any little mistakes with the orange stick. You could also have a like a little acetone brush to the side as well. I just have an orange stick because I find it easier as long as you're careful. So that's kind of what it's going to end up looking like, but I am going to add a flaky hollow taco. This is easily my favorite hollow top coat. I just love the little flakes. I have several of their hollow top coats, but the flaky one is just the best. And I also have the anniversary collection, which is like 3 different colored flaky hollow top coats, but I haven't even opened it yet. So maybe we'll do something with that in the future. But I highly recommend this hollow flaky top coat. It is so good. And you can see me here just trying to get the little flakies all into the right position. That's why I'm brushing it so much. Normally with regular nail polish you would not want to brush it that much, but I find with hollow top coats especially, you're going to want to get all those little glitters in the right spot. Now this is I&M Out the Door top coat that I'm using. It's a quick dry top coat, and it's personally my favorite like drugstore top coat. I actually don't own a hollow taco top coat, or else I would use that probably, because everything else by Christine is just so great. But this I&M Out the Door is really good if you want a quick dry top coat that will protect your nail. It dries so fast, and you're gonna minimize your mistakes really well if you use it. And once again, always make sure to cap the nail on both sides. And that's it. That is literally the end. I mean, this was a long process, but you kind of saw the condensed version. But I love this design. I thought it looked so cool. I hope you all do too. Please make sure to leave a comment down below and let me know, because I did work very hard on this, and I just hope you all like it as well. Here's a nice little shot of all the rainbow sparkles on this flaky hollow top coat. It's kind of hard to see that Salem color below. It looks black, but it is supposed to have like a green to it. But so yeah, I guess that's about it for this time, guys. Once again, I really do hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave me a comment down below and let me know if you did. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching, and everyone have a great life.